Hello my friends, welcome to Tassel Tuesday. It has been a while since I've made a tassel. Many of you have seen how I make tassels, but I do have some new viewers that maybe have not seen it. So I'm going to go ahead and do a start to finish on how to make a shabby chic tassel. When I make shabby chic tassels, I like to use fabric. So you can see here, I have some vintage cotton and I snipped the edges where I wanted to tear it, and now I've just torn it into pieces. I snip those edges about 1 inch wide. You can go thinner, but if you go too thin, it's really hard to tear. So once you're done tearing them into strips, just remove those threads that come off the edges. I want to let you know that there are several ways to make tassels. This is just one of the ways. And this is the way I have found is best when you're working with fabric, when you're working with something that isn't super long. I usually will cut my fabric to size before I tear the strips, but I happen to have been working with a remnant, and so I figured I would just tear the strips and then cut it. Then I lay it out on my work table, and I use a crisscross pattern, and I do that because I feel like when I put the tie through it, it lays better. But you can do it straight across. This is just how I prefer to do it. So you can see, since we're doing shabby chic, we're going to go ahead and add a variety of materials, and I layer it. So I'll put some of the vintage cotton in, then I put the yarn in, and now I'm putting some satin ribbon in. When I make tassels, I tend to like to make them really full. So you're going to have to use a considerable amount of material, that being the lace or the cotton or the trim, whatever. If you want it to be puffy, and this is going to be a puff top, if you want your tassel to be full and puffy, you'll have to use a pretty good amount of stuff. Truth be told, that is actually why I started using cotton, vintage cotton that I tear, is because lace and trims are expensive. So when I first started making tassels a couple of years ago, I started adding the vintage cotton because it would fill it up, but it didn't cost me a fortune. Once you have your material all layered up, then you're going to take a strand of whatever material you'd like to use. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and use lace, and I am tying a knot. I want to let you know that instead of using material here for the what we'll call closure, the part that you would hang it, you can use a lobster claw clasp, which I'll be showing you next week. So once that's done, just straighten out your fibers. Now we are going to make the puff top part. So you take another piece of fiber and you're going to tie a knot right near the top. I usually am going to go about 1 inch to 1.5 inches down. You can see before I double knot that and sort of get that locked into place, I'm pulling my fibers down. I don't want to make it not puffy, but I also don't want to make it, sometimes they get turned around, or some of them are sort of sticking up. They get a little bit unruly. Now we will proceed with our double knot, and then I'm actually going to tug on those fibers again just to make sure everything is sitting the way that I want it to. Now I'm going to go ahead and tie the top. I never know what to call this part. We'll call it the hanger part. And this is also the part where you could use a lobster claw clasp instead of fabric. Now you can just trim the bottom to the length that you like. Once I trim it, I will lay it down, and then I'll corner cut some of the ribbon that's in there. If you have never seen any of my Tassel Tuesday videos, I have a playlist, and you can go there and check out all kinds of tassels that I've made. If you're looking for tutorials or inspiration, there is a lot to choose from. Now I'd like to go ahead and add a little piece of bling. This was given to me by Angela of Meet the Shreds, but her channel name has changed recently. Her new channel name is The Traveling Crafter. She sent this beautiful piece to me in my 2K giveaway, and it is an absolutely stunning piece that she created. And she used some jewelry pieces and beads, and she made like a flower out of it, and she used some wire to do that, and I just love it, and I think it's absolutely perfect for this tassel. So thank you, Angela, for creating such a beautiful piece that I could put on this tassel. Friends, I hope you have enjoyed watching this tassel come together. I appreciate you stopping by and hanging out with me today. Thanks for watching. See you soon.